Hello, my name is Nick, and this is Reiseblog des Zums. Today I will be talking about German culture. I will be covering cuisine, traditions, language, and holidays in Germany, specifically Bavaria, as that's the state I'm in, and my little town of Feldkirchen. First off, food, because we all love food, and I love food. So what do I think are the big parts of German cuisine? First off, bread. Germans love bread, and they are really, really good at making it. Like, the bread is just so good. Every time I have any of it, it tastes so good. Specifically to Bavaria, pretzels are really big. They taste so good. They're not much different than American pretzels, except they just taste better, and you get different shapes than just the little, like, circly, weird shape. There's all sorts of other types of bread, too, from just basic rolls to wheat bread, and I don't know, there's just so much bread and options, and it all tastes good. I've eaten a lot of Meerkorn. I use it for sandwiches. They also have sweets like croissants, donuts, danishes. It just all tastes really good. Like, I went to Spain and had bread and it just didn't taste as good. I don't know what. Germans are just really, really good at making bread, and there's tons of options. They also have lots of meats and cheeses. I have generally not loved the meats and cheeses. One of the regional cheeses is Handkäse, just hand cheese, which is only called that because it's made by hand, but it's still just cheese. Two that I would like to note from Bavaria specifically is Leberkäse, which is a beef, pork, bacon combo that is used as like a cold lunch meat. I really love how it tastes, so I make sandwiches with it a lot. There's also Weisswurst, which is made from veal and pork, and it's this like very traditional Bavarian sausage. One thing you need to know about it is that you do not eat the casing. You have to like cut open the casing and eat the sauce inside. You're not supposed to eat the casing. I ate the casing the first time and did not feel very good after that. Don't do that. Another kind of German food is Currywurst. This is like a fast food. It's fries, also called pommes here, ketchup, sausage, and curry powder. Very simple, very fast. It just tastes good. Like, I have a coworker that eats it a lot. So it's like a German fast food. We also have Flammkuchen, which is literally translates to flame-baked cake. I'd call it German pizza. Told the Germans don't think of it as pizza, but it's basically a pizza without pizza sauce. So it's more of like a fancy garlic bread, but they put all sorts of stuff on it. But it's not pizza, but it's basically pizza. Also, just generally here in Germany, you have lots of international options. I very much like that chili con carne is popular here because I really love chili, so I can actually find ingredients and make it. It's basically like the one thing in the grocery store that is American or has American labels on it is the ingredients they use for chili. Greek food's really popular. Italian food is very popular. There's just a ton of options for pastas and sauces, and pizza's also really popular here. There's probably, I feel like, more pizza restaurants than anything else. There's also Asian restaurants, so there's like, I've seen a Thai and a Chinese restaurant and all sorts of other things. I do find it very difficult to find Asian ingredients in the grocery store. I make this Korean beef, and I had to go to some specialty stores to get the ingredients for it. Another thing about German culture and food is they give a lot of importance to food being fresh. This means that the produce and baked goods tend to be very fresh. Like, people will only buy baked goods if it was made like that day, or it's kind of this less picky about produce, but there's a big push for like, oh, this is fresh. And also, quite a lot of produce is labeled as locally produced and tends to be pretty well priced and cheaper than the international stuff, which is good. Next up, we have some traditions. The big one I'm going to highlight is called Maibaum. This is a Bavarian thing. It happened in Feldkirchen this year. It happens about once every 5 years, and it basically centers around this big spruce tree. So it'll be like over 30 meters tall, and they shave it and paint it white and blue and put all sorts of like seals and symbols on it, and then they basically put it up in the center of town. Something that I think is really funny about this is, while it's in production, the different, like, they're called clubs, but it's like youth groups and whatnot. They try and steal it, and like, if you steal it, you get some snacks basically. And so it's then guarded by like a person, like a security guard, and cameras and locks and whatnot. And then I'm like thinking, reading through this, it's like, this is a 30-meter long log. How would you like steal this? Like, how are you gonna pick this up? Like, it even mentions in what I was reading that you needed like industrial machinery, and so it's being guarded and somehow being stolen. Like, it just seems crazy. But it's actually happened multiple times. Like, they keep logs of it. So just like, what It generally is done every 5 years unless it is checked and seen as being like unsafe and deteriorating. And when it's being put up, there's parade, there's like a dance, and there's bands. So it's just a fun little festival that happens for the 1st of May. Another thing is holidays. Most of the public holidays in Germany are Christian holidays. Like I looked at the list of holidays and it's like, oh, you get Pentecost and Easter, like other religious Christian holidays. There's maybe like one day that was not religious. The big one that I've been here for is Fasching, also known as Carnival. This is like a pre-Lent celebration, so the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. There's generally lots of big events around it and celebrations. So like in Munich, there's generally a really large parade. So you have people just kind of dressing up and being silly, and lots of like floats that are political caricatures, which is kind of interesting. But this year it was canceled due to a recent terrorist attack. Another big part of German culture is the language. Germany has this standard called Hochdeutsch, which is like your standard German, but there's very strong, very diverse regional dialects. So for me, whenever I hear someone who's speaking with the Bavarian dialect, I can basically not understand what they're saying. But like there's some people that I just don't understand a word they're saying, and there's some people that I can more or less understand what they're saying. A lot of places in Germany have very strong regional dialects. A lot of people anyways speak English. Like I feel like most Germans speak it to some degree, though that some degree varies very wildly. Some common greetings. So in Bavaria, there's like the traditional greeting service, which is used both as a greeting and as like say bye. At work, most of the time in the morning, it's just morgen, morning basically. And then when people are leaving, schönen Feierabend is very common, which is basically have a nice free evening where you're not working. That's what I have to say on German culture. It's been a lot of fun to be here, and there's lots of things, and I'm mainly just touching on a small portion of what I've seen for the couple months I've been here. But there's tons of other things. I haven't really got into experience food, but that's all. This has been Reiseblog des Zumb.